Hello there and welcome to Corey Loses, where I have something special for you guys today. We are going to be playing Star Wars Fallen Republic, a Star Wars mod for Stellaris. So this mod converts the game into the Star Wars galaxy with a lot of unique a lot of the Star Wars factions, a lot of Star Wars events. And if you are familiar with Stellaris, 4X game by Paradox, you may also know of Star Trek New Horizons, a mod that has been released for a while, and it's basically the same kind of idea but in Star Wars. So I've been sent an early copy here. This is an alpha version by the development team, and we're going to be taking a look at what they've done so far. It's not available quite yet. I was hoping to do a stream tonight, actually, to do more actual gameplay, but as I've been talking about a bit recently, I am actually moving this week, so it's kind of thrown off some plans for that. So I figured I'd do a preview video today. We'd go over some of the broader features and take a look at sort of the opening bits of the game. And then next week, I'll figure out what faction you guys want me to play as, and we'll start a full playthrough. So I do want to thank the developers for giving me access right now so we can show it off for you. I'll put a link in the description to some of their places where you can find more information about the mod. And again, I do want to emphasize that this is very much an alpha build, so there'll be some unfinished stuff or some bugs. And there'll also be stuff that I just don't understand because I haven't played much Stellaris in the last little while. It's something I wanted to get back into, and the mod seemed like a great way to do that. But I'm just bad at the game, so don't hold that against them. So we will check out quickly the factions we have here. So they have a helpful glossary up here. I've spent a little bit of time just messing around with stuff, but I haven't really dived. There's a lot here, and I haven't really had a chance to get into all of it. So you see we can have Imperial factions, which are these ones. We have the Galactic Empire, the Ariadu Authority, and the Kutric Hegemony. The Republic Loyalist factions, so Republic Loyalists, Mon Calamari Monarchy, Bothan Council, Ryloth Protectorate, Verpine Enclave. Those would basically be your rebel factions. Separatist factions, so Confederate Remnant, Trade Federation, Intergalactic Banking Clan, Tion Hegemony, Commerce Guild, and Corporate Alliance. I'll actually go through some of the edicts here and some of the civ stats and stuff. So we have the Galactic Empire, so they have New Order and Clone Wars Victor, which increases influence and admin capacity. This increases admiral fleet level, fleet command limit, and diplomatic weight from fleet power. So obviously a very militarist faction. Authoritarian militarist xenophobe checks out. Then for the humans, which make up their main population, conformist, nomadic, and wasteful. I'm not sure where the nomadic is coming from, but I guess it's just for the specific effects. Yeah, pop growth from immigration, resettlement cost, minus 25. So I can sort of see what they're going for with that. But we have Ariadu, distinguished admiralty, cutthroat politics. Makes sense. Kutric Hegemony. So this is Ariadu Authority is a relatively minor warlord power, or a major warlord power in the first few months after Endor, that we have as a playable faction, Thrawn's Revenge as well. But kind of in the south of the galaxy. It's based off of Tarkin's homeworld, actually. Kutric Hegemony. This was primarily featured in Isard's Revenge. It's where Grand Vizier Sate Pestage went off to after he was kind of ousted. So they have technocracy and nationalist zeal, fanatic materialists and militarists. That all checks out as well. Republic loyalists. I guess this would be kind of your core rebels faction. So rebel sympathies, beacon of hope, monthly unity, resources from jobs, governing ethic attraction minus 10. So I guess that would be to kind of emphasize that they're a bit more. Or a bit less united in what their specific goals are, so that makes sense as well. Deviants, so a lot of downsides to your governing ethics attractions in the Republic Loyalists, so that's interesting. Pacifist, egalitarian, xenophile. Pacifist, I'm not sure if I'd agree with there, because the rebels, you do often see how they're portrayed. Like, it is a military organization. One of the things they get into with the New Republic is that they are struggling to go from a military organization to an actual government. So even if you just go from the effects here, stability is probably not one that I'd thematically put with them. But I can kind of see where they're going for there. Mon Calamari Monarchy. So you kind of have some of the major groups that you'd associate with the rebels. I won't go too deep into all these. Maybe Confederate Remnant, Clone Wars Loser, rub it in. Thrifty, Communal, Weak. So Trade Federation, looks like Neomoidians are the main for both. Trade Federation, they don't have Separatist sympathies as one of their ethics there. IGBC, Trade Value plus 15. Then we have the Tion Hegemony, Commerce Guild, Corporate Alliance. Then we get into criminal factions, which we have both the Hutt Cartel and the Black Sun Organization. And then we get into Unique Empire. So this seems to be mostly smaller ones: Mandalorian Clans, CSA, Corporate Sector Authority, Corellian Security, Chiss Ascendancy, Hapes Consortium, and then you get into some very minor ones down here. So I think what we're going to do for this video is I'll just stick with the main empire here, and we'll just take a look at the galaxy. So normally I wouldn't play on a huge galaxy, but since this is meant to sort of be the official map that they want to use for a lot of things, when we do our actual game next time, I think we'll probably stick with the canon small galaxy. But with these canon galaxies, this is something that happens in Star Trek New Horizons as well. There's a lot of lore-based starts as well as lore-based events. So we'll see some of that as we go through. I don't think we'll be able to see too much of it in this video, but that'll be something for our further playthrough. Yeah, so it's a bit of a loading time when I was playing around with it earlier. So I'm not going to go too deep again, so I won't mess with the settings too much. But we'll go to the Canon Large Galaxy, take a look at what the galaxy looks like. So these are the loading screens. You've got some ship layouts or some ship schematics, and there's a bunch of these. There seems to be a lot of Mandalorian quotes. I don't know if that was just me getting lucky in all of mine, but I think I've seen like 3 or 4 Mandalorian quotes already. But yeah, since it is such a large galaxy map, it will take a minute or two to load. I'll probably actually cut that out. So we'll just jump straight into the finished loading screen right now. All right, so here we are. The loading time actually wasn't that bad. It was like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. But again, we're on a really large map, so that's really not that much. But yeah, so the Galactic Empire is a humanocentric authoritarian empire ruled by a constitutional monarch and the ruling council established by the Declaration of a New Order in 19 BBY, by then Supreme Chancellor Palpatine. As a reformed state born of the Galactic Republic, the Empire's capital is the Queen of the Core, Coruscant. It controls a majority of the Galactic Core, along with loyalist holdings distributed throughout the known galaxy. Following the conclusion of the Clone Wars with the destruction of the Separatist Parliament, the Empire seeks to assert its control over the unruly galaxy. Humanocentric at its core, the primary population of the Empire and the main species found in its upper echelons are human. This policy of institutional racism supported by authoritarianism and militarism does not make them popular with the other denizens of the galaxy. Alright, so we're going to start. So yeah, this is an option that you have at the start of the game that I think is there everywhere. I don't know if it's actually there in the sandbox version. I assume not, because the starts are more standard Stellaris. So if the idea of like a preset galaxy here, which we'll take a second to look at in just a moment, doesn't appeal to you as much as the standard Stellaris. You start with a system and build up from there. Then you have that option as well. But I like the events that come with this, and I don't think the same events are available in the other scenarios. So, but again, that might be me speaking out of turn. But yeah, so the first thing we get to decide is whether we want the the Empire to be united or fractured. So I think that would mean that other Imperial factions either spawn or break away. And I've tried with United Empire every time I've done this so far. So we're going to do that here as well. But I think if we end up playing the Empire in our real game next week, that we'll probably do Fractured. So let's start with United, and we'll do all the habitable planets. Oh, ruler elected. Emperor Palpatine has been chosen the new ruler. What a surprise. Who would have thought that the Empire would choose him? And will reign until his death. Alright, so here we got an orbital mega shipyard. That is Coruscant. I'm just gonna zoom in and see some of that stuff. Planet summary, population. Alright, let's take a second to look at some of what we got here. So there's our orbital mega shipyard. Early corvette, early frigate. So let's take a look at our ship designer actually and see what's going on here. We've got the Victory frigate is actually our frigate at this point. So this is from Battlefront 2. You may recognize the design, the original Battlefront 2. Early corvette is obviously CR-90. Arquitens is the early frigate. Then we've got a Dreadnought here for the early heavy cruiser. I think this is based on the Fractal Sponge version. Assault ship, Acclimator. Early Star Destroyer, you have the Venator. XQ platform is your early platform. And you'd, I assume, be able to upgrade through some of the later stuff. So targeting interface, let's do monthly Unity. That's always a good one. And engineering research from researcher. Do I want to do that? Starship structures. See what that is. And where are our fleets? I want to take a look at some of our fleets. We've got a nice 10K fleet here. So we've actually got some Venators already. We got some Arquitens, we got some CR-90s, and Republic Loyalists. What is our diplomatic situation looking like right now? We are starting off at peace with everyone. So I wouldn't normally want to do this in an actual game, but I'm just gonna find the Republic Loyalists if I can. Communicate, declare war, and can I just... Need to make some sort of casus belli. So do I have enough to do some claims on this? There. Contacts. Communicate, declare war, conquer. There we go.
War to safeguard our interests.
So I just want to get into a quick battle. And see what that's gonna be like. So we're gonna go to Chandrilla, and I think we'll just go. So again, we're not gonna be playing too much today. Uh-oh. Okay, that's us. Never mind.
The Republic will be reorganized into the first Galactic Empire for a safe and secure society.
Hopefully the music doesn't get copyright claimed here. I may have to do something about that. Okay. Hopefully, hopefully that doesn't get flagged. But there is some Star Wars music in the game that I have turned off. I'm actually going to check that again, because I think that doesn't set until you... Yeah, okay. Research proposal from Kutrick. Yes, please. From Arido. Yes, please. So they would be part of our part of the Empire. So they've got Juvex, Kingdom of Zeltros, Greater Javin, Galactic Empire, Arido Authority, Shani Command, Doran Commonwealth, Council of Elders, Corellian Security, Kutrick. So this would essentially be... So I guess if you went the other direction and didn't have it together, then that would be the difference. That those don't end up in the Empire. Schism. Shortly after the transformation of the Galactic Republic into the First Galactic Empire, several minor powers led by the Republic Loyalists began to resist Imperial mandates. While at first this took the form of non-violent resistance and civilian disobedience, they're now openly challenging the Empire's authority and gathering fleets to their cause. Furthermore, the Corellian Security and the Doran Commonwealth, the Achani Command, the Greater Javin and Juvex sectors, the Arcanian Dominion, and the Centrality have all declared their independence. See, that's unfair. That is outrageous. You'll be back. Soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me. Alright, research station output. Trade Federation is making some claims on us. Again, we're just gonna get into a battle here. Even if it's just a quick station destruction. Oh, so many notifications. It's been so long since my last foray into Stellaris. I miss these notifications. I don't know why I'm bothering doing this, but it's just... I feel like you just kind of have to. Alright. So we are going to be in the system, in battle. And it is, again, just at a station. But they're just fucking zipping through there. So let's see what this ends up looking like. By intercepting a message sent to the Corporate Sector Authority, we have learned that they are in regular contact with another spacefaring empire that we ourselves have no contact with. By tracing this message to its source, we have been able to establish our own line of communications with this previously unknown actor on the galactic stage. Trianii territory. Trianii from the Han Solo adventures. Alright, so we got kind of three groups coming with our vendors there. What do they have for that? Is that the... No. I was thinking that might be the Empire at War Station at first, just because it was rounded from the top, but clearly not. Alright. Oh, this is actually Grand Moff Tarkin with the 3rd Sector fleet that we're commanding here.
Technology secured.
Chandrilla Station going down. There we go. Our first battle is a success. Oh, I auto-declined a treaty. Alright, but yeah, so what I want to do is have you guys tell me who you want me to play as. There are a few factions that we can't play as because they're not ready. Already specified 3 that I should just ignore. So I think the corollary there is that the other ones we should be fine to play, so I think I'll leave it up to you guys whether we want to play the Galactic Empire, the Republic Loyalists, so the Rebellion, the Hutt Cartels, or the Confederate Remnant. I think those should all be safe bets, and I think there should be some interesting stuff with them. Hutts I'm including just because I like the Hutts. But yeah, so... hope you guys are looking forward to our full series on this. Thank you again to the Fallen Republic devs for giving me access to it. I am again moving this weekend, so I will start the playthrough next week as soon as I have internet. But I'll keep you guys posted on that. Just leave in the comments whether you would like to see a playthrough with the Republic Loyalists, Galactic Empire, Hutt Cartels, or the Confederate Remnant. So thanks for watching. Again, there will be some links in the description for places you can find out more about the mod. You can subscribe to the channel if you would like to see our upcoming playthrough for it. Thanks again. Hope to see you next time. Bye, everyone.